Welcome to Conversations with Kay. My name is Kay and I just tell it like it is. This video is just my opinions and should not be construed as facts. So, let's just get right down to it. It's been a crazy week. Crazy things have gone on. Some of them so crazy I'm not going to post screenshots because it will just give those people the attention they are so craving. And I refuse to do it. So, I wake up this morning and I see that the new documents have dropped in the Tati Westbrook case against Katie Joy without a crystal ball. So I'm just perusing them, reading through, drinking my coffee, trying to wake up. And what do I see? I see Katie's attorney talking about a tweet that I sent to Mr. Saltz back when this whole thing was first starting. I think the date of the tweet is like November 8th or something. So this is way back at the beginning. And some of you know I've done a video on that. I thought it was kind of funny. So then I'm reading more and I'm reading and reading. I get back down to the bottom and lo and behold, there's a screenshot of my tweet with Michael Saltz. I just, that woke me up pretty quick, I gotta tell you. I was like, really? My tweet? Probably the most least interesting of all the tweets. But I guess they're using it to prove a point that I was politely asking Mr. Saltz if he was an attorney for Tati Westbrook. Because as you guys know, I'll give a little background here. I was posting, I think, on Reddit. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. And they were saying that there was no way that Saltz was a real attorney because a real attorney wouldn't post on Twitter like that. And I said, well, I've already checked him out. He is a real attorney. And they were like, no, he's not. And I said, well, okay, I'll just prove it to you. I'll just go straight to the horse's mouth and ask him if he's Tati's attorney. So I went on Twitter, and that's what I did, and the rest is history. So Michael Saltz's reply back to me was snippy. I'm not going to lie, it was snippy. So I think that's why they put it in there, to prove that Michael Saltz was being what they call intimidating to people even when they asked innocent questions. That's my take on that. That's what I woke up to this morning. Had to show my husband. Made a tweet on Twitter saying, am I Twitter famous now? I guess I'm not because I don't hardly get anything on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but it's mostly just to watch what's going on. So it's not like I have a lot of followers or anything, so I think the whole thing's kind of funny. So, now that we got that out of the way, I know a lot of people are so confused about what has gone on in the last week. So I'm just going to give everybody a quick little recap of all the stupid things, in my opinion, that have gone on this week. Sometimes I have to remind myself that these mostly are adults. And I think quite a few people should be ashamed of themselves. But I digress. Let's get back to what's going on with the trolls. So I'm just going to give a really quick recap of the troll activity that happened. And only because so many of my subscribers don't have Twitter, so a lot of them are kind of confused about what happened. So the quick rundown is several accounts showed up on Twitter with all different names, going after anybody that's against KJ. As the trolls went, they got worse and worse and worse. The threats they made were horrendous, they were disgusting, and they went on and on and on, and then they would disappear and come back. At one point, they said they were hired by Katie, and they were a 13 to 15-year-old kid that Katie hired, which was a BS story too. I don't believe any of it. I think Emily and Mr. Saltz will get to the bottom of it, but I wish people would not give him the attention they so desperately crave. Stop responding to him, stop retweeting him, totally ignore them, because they are still coming back. As of just yesterday, I think some new ones popped up. Then, I don't know, some of you might have heard Jesse got involved. He thought he was doing the right thing, but then he made some things up that weren't true. And this is what I'm saying. This doesn't help anybody's case against Katie for people to make up lies. That doesn't help anybody. In my personal opinion, I don't think Katie was any way involved with any of these accounts. But the problem is it gave her more ammo to keep calling everyone a troll. So it actually played right into her hand. So I don't know. No one even knows if these people are for Katie or against her. Maybe they were trying to set her up. Maybe they're actual fans of Katie. Nobody knows. The whole thing is ridiculous. And in my opinion, if you see these accounts on Twitter, ignore them. Don't retweet them. Don't reply to them. Don't give them the time of day. Salts and Emily will figure it out, and, they will have to suffer the consequences of what they did. And that's all I'm going to give to the trolls. That's it for me. Now I want to go back to the documents, and I want to talk about Lori Ann for a minute. Here's the thing. I said when the declaration came out before that something wasn't right. Because for Lori Ann, and I know this isn't going to be popular, for her to come out on a declaration and say that she never felt harassed or intimidated by Mr. Saltz is just blatantly not true, in my opinion. From what I saw of her tweets on Twitter, where she absolutely said she felt like he was harassing her and intimidating her. And I think at one point it shows in this new declaration that she had even put something on her Twitter profile about it. So this never added up to me, and I took a lot of heat on Reddit for saying that. Now, last week I think it was, Katie was tweeting some things that were vague as usual. And I said on Reddit, what if Lori's going to flip again? And she's going to go back to Katie's side. Because I never felt like that whole statement by Lori made sense. I just didn't. Well, I got a lot of heat for saying that. And I was told that was a tinfoil theory. And here's the thing. A tinfoil theory to me means it's a theory not based in reality. So did I get kind of offended? Kinda. I mean, I don't even know if offended's the right word. But I was just kind of like, And this leads me to this, and this is not going to make me friends. This is the problem when you have these anti-KJ groups, and there's, I think, 3 major groups. Reddit, Twitter, and then Little Red's group. This is the problem, is eventually there's so much toxicity and so much negativity that they start turning on themselves. And that's what's been happening, in my opinion, for the last few weeks. Listen, I have told you guys over and over, I'm not a part of any group. Do I occasionally go in Reddit? Yes, I do. Do I talk to people on Twitter? Yes. Have I seen Little Red's videos? Yes. But am I really a part of any of these groups? No. Because I've lived enough life experience to know that groups like this will always implode on themselves. And we've been seeing that go on for a long time now. We've seen all the split-ups with Little Red's group. Now there's all this turmoil in the Twitter group and the Facebook group. You see that with Irish this week, all the problems that her talking on Little Red's video caused. Listen, I have gone into Reddit, and I don't know, maybe they'll kick me out for saying this. I have gone into Reddit, I think it was the Discord, and the people there didn't know who I was because, again, I'm not a big part of any of these groups, so nobody really knows who I am, right? It's not like I'm hiding, it just is what it is. And there was 2 people in there talking crap about me, talking crap about the videos I've made, just generally talking crap about me. And so I said, oh, well, thanks. And yeah, that didn't go over real well. So this is what I'm saying. Here, why would somebody I don't even know be talking crap about me on a Discord? But there you go. It was being done. To me, it's like if you don't absolutely agree with everything these groups say, then you're an outsider. I've been accused of being a Katie, what do you call it, a Katie spy. I know several of my subs have been accused of that. And this is where these groups and Katie go wrong, because they get so paranoid that they think everybody's a spy, everybody's doing something, and I'm not doing anything, and I've been accused of all these things. I'm probably the most brutally honest out of a lot of these people because I just say it like it is. I don't go for the popular opinion. And I know this absolutely will not be a popular opinion. But in my opinion, that's what the problem when you start becoming a part of these groups, and then things will start imploding, and then they'll start attacking each other. And this is what we're seeing this week. Well, we've been seeing this for a couple months with Red's group imploding on itself. Those people breaking off and doing their own channels. Kudos to you. It just, to me, when you get too much negativity going, then everything turns negative and toxic. This is why I warned people at the end of my other video last week to be careful. Don't get too involved in this stuff. Don't let it affect your daily life. Because negativity breeds negativity, and it all starts to rub off. So that brings us to all the drama this week with Irish and Red and Tina on Red's video. So just for a quick synopsis, Red was doing a live like she always does, and Irish was on there talking. I guess they'd been talking for a couple hours. Irish was talking about some things to do with Tina and her Facebook group, but she doesn't actually say the name, I don't think. And Red just lets this go on and on and on, and then it becomes apparent who she's talking about, and everybody starts to catch on that Irish is talking about Tina, and they are very protective of Tina, and rightfully so. So they start calling out Irish in the comments. Irish gets ticked, starts really getting aggressive, and but here's the thing. Who allowed it to go on? Red did. That's her channel. She could have muted her. She could have done a lot of things to get that stopped, and she didn't. She clearly, in my opinion, did not want it to stop. Even though she was like, oh, stop. But it was one of those like, oh, stop, but go on. You know, at one point, Red's like, oh, I got to go let my dog out. So it looks like she can't stop what's going on. My thing is, I don't know why everybody's blaming Irish for this. To me, she's just saying what she wants to say. And the fact that little Red let this go on and on. I mean, this went on and on. If you watch the video, it goes on and on and on and on. People in the comments are begging Red to make it stop. Begging her to either mute her or take her off or just end the live. There you go. Just end the live, and that ends the whole thing, right? But Red didn't. She just kept letting it go on and on. Now, her excuse now is she doesn't like confrontation. I don't buy that for a minute. Nope, not buying it. I'm not sure. I just feel like people are misplacing who they're mad at. I think they should be mad at Red because she's the one that allowed it to happen. I mean, seriously, it's Red's channel. It's just like my channel. If somebody came on and refused to stop talking, do you think I wouldn't mute them? I absolutely would mute them. And to me, the way Red would very meekly ask Irish to stop talking about it, she was not strong in that at all. It was very meek. It was very like, oh, stop talking about that. Not, listen, we're not going to talk about this on my channel, and I want it to stop right now. Had she said that, I think Irish would have stopped. But the other problem was then the people in the comments are going after Irish, so then she feels like she's got to defend herself, so she wants to say what she's going to say. Now, I will say, I don't know Irish, and that's why I'm reserving my judgment, because I don't know her. So I'm not going to say, I'm just going to stick with it was Red's fault because she should have ended it. And that's how I feel. I've heard a lot of good things about Irish, so I have nothing bad to say about her. I have nothing bad to compare it to. I think her and Tina should have taken it offline and talked. And I have nothing bad to say about Tina either, and I get people standing up for her and protecting her. Again, I don't really know any of these people. The fault lies with Red, in my opinion. Red could have stopped it. She didn't. She let it go on because, in my opinion, she loves drama. She knew it was going to get her more views. Because I'm sure that video's got a lot of views now because people keep posting it going, oh, well, go look at what Irish said. But what about what Red didn't say? That's my point. Look at what Red didn't do and didn't say. And you'll see that she absolutely wanted that to continue on, in my opinion. So that's where I'm at with that. And that's the recap for all the people wondering what happened with Irish. I've seen that asked so many times. What happened? That's what happened. And that's just a quick rundown. If you want to know more, you can go down that rabbit hole and go watch all the videos, but I don't recommend it because it's much ado, again, about nothing. Let Irish and Tina take care of it, and they will handle it, hopefully as adult women do. Okay, before I end this video, though, I do want to go back to Lorianne and say a few things because I kind of got sidetracked here recapping things. Lorianne. I feel like she absolutely wants to flip again. I feel sorry for this woman. You guys know I always have empathy for everybody. I think Lorianne so got in over her head. I think there was a big, if you look at the emails in the declaration, there was a big miscommunication between her and Katie's attorney. So I think once she got to talking to Mr. Saltz, it got her to change her mind about a lot of things. Hey, no fault to Saltz. He's a good attorney. He's doing what he's paid to do, right? But I do feel like Lorianne got caught in the middle of all of this. If you read her emails, this woman was so upset and so harassed by people, and I just feel for her. I do. I think she got stuck in a bad spot, and I think she didn't understand what KJ's attorney was saying to her, and it all got messed up. So, Lorianne, to you, I'm sorry you had to go through all this. I know Lorianne's done some bad things, but she's human. We're all human. We've all done things we wish we hadn't. I said all along I didn't trust it when she flipped to Saltz's side. I think she probably regrets it now. That's just my opinion. And you guys know I'm not a Katie fan, but I got to tell it like it is. I never believed it when Lorianne flipped. I never believed it. It would not surprise me at all if she flips again. But I think at this point, she just wants out. I think she just wants her name taken off these declarations. She just wants out of this mess. I know when I brought this up on Reddit, somebody said, well, what good would it do if Lori flipped again? The biggest thing that could happen is maybe her declarations will all be stripped and stricken from the case because she'll be deemed not a reliable witness. And they're like, who was that? Who would that benefit? Who would it benefit? It would benefit Lori. It would greatly benefit Lori. And it would also benefit KJ, I think. Now, I'm not an attorney. This is just my thoughts. It would benefit KJ because if Lorianne's stuff gets stricken from the record, or whatever they call it, then we're back to trying to prove jurisdiction again, right? Because Lorianne is pretty much almost all the proof of jurisdiction. You follow me? So, yeah, it would benefit Lori and it would benefit KJ, I believe, if everything she said, her testimony and declarations, get stricken. Could it happen? I think it could, because there's just so much proving that what she said wasn't what she previously said, and now she's flipped too many times, and, really, is she a reliable witness at this point? The poor woman just wants everybody to leave her alone. I think she got in over her head. She never dreamt it was going to go this far. And I can easily see this happening. I can see this happening to a lot of people. Look at me. I made one tweet and it ended up in a court declaration. So there you go. It doesn't even have to be anything bad that you said, and you could end up here. Now, am I worried about it? No, I'm not. But this could, like, a different person could have been really stressed out that their tweet was in this declaration. Maybe they got all this other stress going on in their life, and, this could have just been too much on them. But this is what I'm saying. Be careful who you interact with. I would stay away from all of it. That's what I say. If you're on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, just be careful who you're interacting with. I tried to warn other channels about somebody that was trying to cause a bunch of trouble because I could see it coming. And I had, tweeted on Twitter, be careful who you associate with. You might want to research these people before you start collabing with them. And right after that, things imploded. So, this is what I'm saying. Don't get so caught up in this stuff. Don't let it affect your daily life. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Let KJ handle her own court case. And let's just all watch from afar and not get involved. You can watch and not get involved. I'm telling this to myself too, because I'm pretty much done. I'm going to watch and I'm not going to get involved because I just don't need it in my life. And I know you guys don't need it either. So, and I'm not saying either, before I go, I want to say, I'm not saying all these groups are bad. There are people in all these groups that I really like. And that's why I get on Twitter and talk to a few of them. And I talk to some of my subs that are on there. But be careful getting too deeply involved with these groups, because I'm telling you, negativity breeds negativity, and it just goes from there and it overtakes everything. Make sure you're doing positive things in your life, reading about positive things, and don't let this get you down or make you depressed or make you stay up all night. It's not worth it. Just watch from afar. That's my best advice. So, having said all this, this was a lot to get in a video. I am going to go live either tonight or tomorrow night. I'm just trying to make sure no one else is going live. I really wanted to go live tonight because I've just got so much to say about this crap. But I'm afraid usually, I think Saturday nights, either Emily or somebody goes live. So if Emily or one of the other big channels is going live tonight, then I'll wait till tomorrow night and go live. But I'll put a thing up, so watch for that. Listen, you guys, have a wonderful day. Don't get caught up in this stuff. Enjoy your day. Call somebody you love. And just have a wonderful day.